Welcome to Barrels and Banter episode 2 with Sarah Miles from Sarah Miles Shooting and me, Celine from Wintercombe. I'm going to start this with an apology. I would just like to apologise. When we started this podcast, we did not realise how popular it would be and that you guys would try and find us as Barrels and Banter on social media. So we have now set up Barrels and Banter on Facebook and on Instagram. You will recognise Sarah and I in the videos on there. You will see the same logo. And we even have a contact of barrelsandbanter@gmail.com. Find us online, follow us, and you will get all of the updates. But guys, accept no imitations.
Coming up today, we have a firing line debate on Facebook comments, a hat story in confessions from a field, our field notes and anecdotes. We are shooting it straight and myth busting, and we're going to answer some of your questions.
We are back.
We're back here.
And we're starting off with
a firing line debate.
Yeah, something that has just... It's been a common theme for us, I feel, recently.
Our cages.
It has, and it's been a common theme, and it is internet trolls.
Internet trolls and idiots.
Yes, I suppose our debate really
I'm going to name them. ITI, Internet Troll Idiots.
There we go.
Got a new term for it.
I suppose the debate is, at what point do you say something and at what point do you just hit the block button and just say, that's not for me? Because it is an interesting concept that people think that they can write it down, yet still have their profile picture and everything, write it down so it's in print forever, things that they actually wouldn't say to your face if they met you.
And I think engage your brain before your fingers. Before you start typing, just think to yourself, am I going to make myself look like a muppet? Am I going to sound stupid?
Well, I am also really, really ranty, as you know.
Oh, she is.
I am quite a ranter, but I just would not write half of these things online.
I think
it's just not my business.
Commented a negative comment once, ever.
Okay, I probably have. It will probably come back to bite me on the bum because someone will find that one.
However, I genuinely have never, because I can't be bothered. My life's too busy.
But I feel like you would, if you were going to say something, you would put it constructively. Mm-hmm. Some of these comments are just utterly ridiculous. I had a guy just a couple of weeks ago sent me a message saying, basically, my dogs aren't trained because one of them was on a lead. Now, this was a 60-second reel style, short style clip in which it was me and 3 dogs, one of which was on a lead. You can't see really beyond us. There's very little. It's just woodland behind us. You can't see what's happening around us. You can't see where we are in relation to the guns, where we are in relation to other people, the fact that we were stood on the edge of a lane, etc., etc. And you don't know the history of that dog or why I'm in that situation and why I'm there. And with it, he posted a picture of his dogs all laying down in a row, which I did think to myself, well, that's fantastic, but dogs generally don't lay down in a row on a shoot day, so we can all take a pretty picture and pretend that we are an expert. And
that screams the dog shut off to me if it's led down and it's not watching.
Well, I don't imagine he took the picture on a shoot day. Right. I should imagine the picture was like a photographer comes and says, can you take some nice pictures of my dogs, because they were all laid in a row. And I think when you get people, and often they are of a certain age and gender, which I will not say right now because I will alienate possibly quite a large chunk of my audience. Let's not get us cancelled
on episode 2.
But it's funny how they would say those things online, but they wouldn't say them to you if you were ever to meet them in real life. And I do sometimes think, but you don't know about the person. You know, you and I are both quite robust people. We also do find it quite funny. And we do sometimes like to reply with a sarcastic comment.
I don't think one comment has ever upset me.
But you don't know who you're saying it to and how it could upset them.
Yeah.
And what implications and impact that could have. And actually, just because you've got 55 years experience, as he quoted to me, does it mean that you know better? I would never think to myself, I've got X number of years, and I'm not going to say it because it bugs me when people do. Another little side issue, gives me the ick. I wouldn't ever say, oh, I've got that many years experience, therefore I'm better than you because you've only got 5. Because that person with 5 years might have lived, eaten and breathed it, be extraordinarily talented.
Been on 50 different shoots.
And be extremely talented at training dogs and just get them.
Yeah.
Or you might have somebody that's been doing it for 55 years and is stuck in their ways, can't see anything beyond their way of doing it.
This is how it should be done. And I also think, does it matter if your dog's on a lead? I'm going to put it out there and say no dog is perfect. And
I put my dogs on the lead all the time.
To get them to even a better standard, you need to go out in the field. And as we said, I think in the previous podcast about dogs in the beating line, it doesn't matter how well trained your dogs are at home. No. They can be like a robot at home. But when you go out on the field, it's a whole different scenario. So actually, I've always said to people, don't set your dog up to fail. If you think your dog might be a little bit fidgety, is there a chance that it could just get a little bit overwhelmed and go, oh my God, this is so exciting and I'm going to run in on that bird? Just put them on a lead.
And if you're in a situation where you could potentially then pick up a gun's bird or ruin the drive or cause an issue, why would you not? Because surely the educated person says, I would rather put my dog on a lead than cause something that could have a repercussion for everybody else on the day.
All of my dogs stay on the lead for every drive until the drive's finished.
Fair enough.
Does it mean my dogs are any worse than yours or the next person's? Maybe yes, maybe no. But that's what I like to do with my dogs. Like to say, you're going to sit here and you're going to have your lead on and you're going to watch this drive until the drive's over. And then you're going to be, I think it's manners. I think it's, I don't know, controversial, but
you too have had some fantastic internet trolls in the last couple of weeks.
I've had some absolute corkers.
Yours have been more rifle shooting.
I'm actually going to start printing them off and getting them framed. Because I never want to forget these fantastic comments that I get. So I uploaded a video to social media, Facebook, and that was a clip from my thermal scope of when I was away in Czech Republic shooting, and it was me shooting a wild boar. Perfect shot, excellent, really clear footage, fantastic.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Fantastic scope. And I get a comment to say, that was really unsafe, you shot towards a road. And I'm thinking, how can you see a road? How do you know where I am?
You were in the middle of nowhere. You were literally up a mountain. You went up on some sort of 8-wheeled buggy thing.
I was in as far away from everywhere as possible. But in the video, I knew where I was, but all I could see was field, woodland. I guess I know that because I was there. So I said to him, where is the road and the car? I'm really intrigued. And he said, after you take the shot, a car drives past. What he was referring to was one of the wild boar that was in this group running back in the woods. It's clearly got legs.
Well, I've seen the footage, and it's not like you can't see the legs.
It's not even like a flash of heat, isn't it? It's like
it's a full-blown leg action run.
And I just thought, you absolute silly sausage.
But it's almost because they want to find fault to make themselves feel better.
Yeah.
We had a guy, didn't we? Back in the summer, we were filming a rabbit shooting video.
Yes.
And on it, there was a comment and it said, I can't believe you would shoot so dangerously towards a house, or that gist.
Mm-hmm.
The only house in the area was probably 300 to 400 metres behind us.
Yeah.
We were shooting towards an open gateway, up a bank, with a solid Devon hedge bank behind it.
With the rising hill filled behind it.
Behind it again. We weren't even shooting into the hedge or any of it. We were shooting into the bank below it. And you commented, well, that's a gate.
He wouldn't. Again, it was thermal footage. So in the end, I said to him, go to 14 minutes and 20 seconds of the video, see the gate in the top right-hand corner of that field. That's what you're referring to as a house. But then I guess my take on that is, if you can't identify stuff in a thermal, don't ever go and buy yourself a thermal, guys. Because if you think that's a house and that thing with legs is a car, thermal's not for you, my friend.
Yeah. And that was the clearest footage, your wild boar.
So good. So yeah, it does irritate me. It makes me laugh, but I just think...
What makes me laugh actually is your response to some of them, because there have been a couple and it's become one of our... I think it's become a side sport.
It's like a new hobby.
It is. It's like a side sport, where I have seen Sarah have a comment from somebody, about murdering and killing and meat eating and whatever, and yet you then click on their profile and scroll down and there they are tucking into a Big Mac. You do seem to quite enjoy some of those.
It is a new sport. If you're ever going to give me hate, guys, just know I am going to stalk your profiles. I'm going to Google search you. I will find something on you. I'm like a detective. There was the other guy that said that I can't remember what he commented on, but I was a murderer for whatever I'd shot. And I clicked on his profile and there's a picture of a load of dead pheasants that he'd shot. And there's also a picture of his full English breakfast with his sausages on. Okay, I get some people are a bit hindsight, meat comes from a shot, not a field. But you've shot pheasants.
To go and get that kind of comment from somebody that was a vegan, then you could say, okay, do you know what? We have a difference of opinion.
Perfect.
That's absolutely fine. I'm not your person. I feel like the block button is the best option here. You're not going to want to see what I'm doing and what I'm producing. And actually, I totally understand that and I respect it, and that's fine.
I wouldn't even argue with a vegan because, like you say, it's two different worlds. But
block me and it's fine. But if you're somebody that then goes and shoots yourself, or you're a meat eater, educate yourself or consider, is my comment valid in this situation, or should I maybe just keep my trap shut?
I notice as soon as I reply and go, do you eat meat? Instantly, they never reply back to me again.
Well, I did. Or you did. You had this comment, which you sent to me and we've printed off. And I think this kind of comes in under it. This was on an anonymous message. Do you want to read it out? Or shall I?
No, you read. I think I know which one it is, which, I mean, obviously it's anonymous.
It says, what's the balance between entertainment and field sports reality? And when does a field sports influencer become toxic to the sport? And this is so similar. It's the same thing. And I feel like if you don't like what we do, and actually what we do, and we'll probably touch on this again in the future, we bring field sport, the shooting community, life in the country to a much greater audience than some of the organisations do, who are very much preaching to the converted. We're preaching to the converted and as many people as we can beyond, and actually bringing new people in, and we know we are.
So many people have
because I'm getting so many messages, and you are
positive
too.
Massively outweigh the negative.
Yes, absolutely. And then you get somebody like this, and I think if you don't like it, why obviously have you continued to watch it? Because I don't feel this person's seen something once and gone, that's not for me.
Well, he clearly still follows me because he doesn't like I say he. I'm assuming. I shouldn't assume.
Oh, gosh.
This person clearly doesn't like my content, our content, but clearly still follows me because he saw the link that I'm doing it again, saw the link that I posted. So they obviously still follow me.
Yes, because the link was only on your story.
It was only on my story.
Why would you be regularly looking at somebody's story? And it's just such a strange concept to me. Because
I've had people that irritate me, not in a bad, not because they've done anything wrong, but you know when, like you say, someone's just not your cup of tea, I just unfollow them.
Yeah.
Simple. I haven't got to see it.
It's very easy. Right, well, we'll leave that one there, I think.
We'll leave it there, otherwise we'll be going all day.
We're going to keep going. We're going to keep going, keep going, keep going.
Basically, don't be a knob.
I hear that you have a little hat story for us, Sarah.
I do have a little confession. And I'd just like to caveat it with many, many years ago, I wasn't into hunting or field sports, okay? So I didn't have much knowledge.
Oh.
So I was driving along with my dad one day, and I don't actually know why this popped into my brain. But you know the deer stalking hats that have got a peak, two sides?
Oh, yeah,
Front peak, back peak.
Yeah.
So we're going along, and I said to my dad, Dad, why do deer stalking hats have two peaks? And he said, well, tell me why you think first. And I said, I think this is a genius idea, personally. I said, is it so when you're stalking the deer, it doesn't know if you're coming or going? So it doesn't know if you're walking towards it or away from it.
How old were you?
Last year, not joking.
I was 27. And I
was like, what a genius idea. So the deer is in the field and it's like, oh, that person's walking away from me, I think, when actually it's walking towards me. So like a bit of deer trickery. I mean, I think it's a legit answer.
Oh my days.
Needless to say, my dad had to pull the vehicle over because I thought he was going to keel over and die with how much he was laughing. You know, when they just look at you, you're like, you didn't just say that, did you?
I am nothing to do with field sports, but I got completely done by my husband. Have I never told you about the Sikh story?
No.
We were driving through London and there was a Sikh. You know, they wear a turban and they don't have to wear a motorbike helmet on top, do they, by law?
Right.
So he's on a bike and he's going through London, but his turban was red. And I was like, oh my God, why has he got a red one? Yet the guy behind him, also a Sikh, had a white or an orangey one. They had two different colours. And I said, I wonder if the colour of the turban means something. Mm-hmm. So he's straight in there, Simon. He's like, yeah, it does. I'm like, oh, does it? He said, yeah, it does. He said, I know all about it. I'm thinking, oh, okay. So
you're so gullible as well.
I strapped in for the full explanation, and he said, you've got all the different ones. You've got the Brahmins. Well, I think that is a Sikh. I'm just going to imagine it still is, because I think that was. You've got the this, that, and the other. And he said, but the red ones are the Haydns. I was like, oh, okay, so how do you know all this? He said, it's just something like we learned at school. Anyway, I didn't really think anything of it. About half an hour later, we're in like various parts of London, and I see someone else, and it just made me think back to the conversation. And I said, so what's a yellow turban then if a red turban is a hide and seek? At which point I was like, you bastard. If I hadn't have said that, I would have regurgitated that to someone else as a fact.
You would have been going along one day and go, oh, that's a hide and seek.
Factually pass that information on.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. Can you imagine?
Imagine if it went on even longer and you educated your children on that, and that's what you brought them up thinking.
They both do REP. Could you imagine if they... I know
the answer.
Red turbans are hide and seek, sir.
Oh, God. Oh,
he got me, though. He got me so good. He must have had the straightest face. Yeah. I don't know how he achieved it. I don't know why I didn't say it out. I don't know. It did not even cross my mind that it was a joke.
Well, to be fair, until you just said hide and seek, I didn't really twig on to it till you said it together.
Oh, thank you. It's not just me.
So no, it's not just you. I would have fallen for that one as well.
This week what have we been doing? Field notes and anecdotes. You were talking to me about your Czech trip. Now I know that was a while ago now, yes. But you said that you were going to start editing some footage and things, and we saw your wild boar footage a couple of weeks ago.
My car on legs.
Good. Yes, your car on legs. Have you done some editing?
Yes, I have done some editing. I'm nearly there with it.
Tell me about your trip, though, because we never really got to talk about it.
I'll try and keep it short and sweet.
Succinct.
It was amazing. So I got invited very kindly by Knockpicks, the thermal brand, who I review their products for, to go on a trip to Czech Republic. So off I went on my little lonesome. I was quite scared, actually. To Czech Republic.
I did get a text the night before saying, I'm sitting on the bathroom floor panicking.
I haven't
done all my packing and I just don't know what to do.
I'm a bit of a stresser when it comes to going away. So yeah, we went, very long journey there. I think it took us like 12 to 14 hours to get to where we were staying.
Wow.
Stayed in a hotel, which was amazing. At the highest point in Czech Republic. Now, you're quite a seasoned skier person. I've never been on a cold holiday. Unless it's 30 degrees, I'm not going. I've never done altitude before. So that was interesting. When we got there, the weather was okay. But after that, it drastically changed. I woke up the next morning, it was winter wonderland.
Oh, you sent me a picture in the snow.
Yeah. So that was quite shocking. The snow got that bad. We ended up having to be taken out of the hotel in a snowmobile. It was the only way down this mountain.
Wow, that's quite cool.
I thought I was going to die. But yeah, hunting wise, really cool. About 45 minutes away from where we were staying, so that no snow there, off the mountain. We all went out and sat in high seats. It was a massive place that we went to, thousands and thousands of acres. I mean, there was 20 or 30 of us in high seats, and obviously we were a good distance from each other. So this ground was, huge. And we had the opportunity to shoot pretty much everything. Boar, roe deer, fallow, sika, red, foxes.
You said foxes.
Pine marten. I mean, it was a massive list, which was incredible. So, yeah, I managed to get 4 different species on the first night. Boar, fox, deer, and a pine marten.
That fox, I saw the picture.
Monster.
It was enormous, absolutely enormous.
I didn't appreciate it until I lined all the animals up, and then I looked at it and I was like, that fox looks the same size as the deer.
It really was big.
And it turns out it's a gold medal fox.
So you're going to get that?
I'm going to have the skull done out. I'm not going to taxidermy it just because I'm getting a bit carried away with taxidermy at the moment.
It's also quite a lot to get it back.
To get back from the Czech Republic. So yeah, it was absolutely amazing. I would definitely do it again. On my list to do is for me and you to go on a broad trip together.
I definitely will be sitting on the bathroom floor having a panic.
It will be fun. What could possibly go wrong with us on an aeroplane going to another country?
Me getting on the aeroplane. we'll leave that there. I may have had a little bit of a car scrapage this week.
Oh.
Yeah.
A little bit, or are you downplaying it?
Well, I probably need to respray a couple of panels and maybe get a panel beater in and, yeah.
Replace the panels.
No, the panels aren't that bad. However...
Did something jump out at you?
No, in my infinite wisdom, while we were shooting, I thought, I know what I'll do. I'll reverse my car into the silage clamp and I'll tuck it right in the corner. The gun bus can come in, all the people can to and fro. And I did a really successful job of it.
Well done.
Thank you. And then I got back in the car, and as we were pulling away, I thought, I'll just swing round to get out of the gate, and forgot that what I'd reversed next to was a fucking enormous, massive...
So as you swung, you just...
flatbed trailer. And I just went... But I didn't actually realise until the ga-dunk of...
Until it was too late.
I basically dug the trailer into the petrol cap and went...
Did the petrol cap still work?
It's sketchy. Okay. You have to use a key and ram it down the side of it, sort of lever it open. But,
Works. Can't be worse than your car door.
What happened to my car door?
You smashed the whole side of your car door in, and you couldn't get in your driver's car door properly.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
That was a different incident.
A different incident.
That was a different incident.
But you had to literally shuffle in because the car door wouldn't physically open wide.
And when I went to, can I just say, that was a 50-50 knock in the lane. What happened was...
50% her fault.
No, it was actually really nobody's fault. It was actually, I'm just going to blame the farmer. Sorry,
okay.
Farmers. There was a lot of sludge on the road. I was doing 23 miles an hour and she was probably doing the same. And we came round a bend because in Devon, the Devon hedges are really high. I braked, she braked, and basically we just sort of...
And nothing happened.
Slid together. And we kind of intertwined on our wing mirrors and couldn't get apart.
Oh.
And then got stuck against the hedges, diagonally intertwined. And I wound my window down and I knew the lady. And I went, oh, hi. And she went, I said, that's a bit of a shitter, isn't it? And she went, yeah. Oh, fuck. And spent a bit of time trying to get them apart. I said, I know, I have a good idea. You reverse, because you can pull my wing mirror off. Unfortunately, she reversed and pulled her own wing mirror off.
No. Great advice, Celine. Like, woohoo, my wing mirror's fine.
And then we ended up having to park up and have a bit of a chit-chat, like you do. So it was all fine.
At least no one was angry about the situation.
But when I got home, I said to my husband, I have a bit of a problem with my car. And now actually can't really open the driver's door very easily to get in and out. And he said, well, that'll put you on a diet then, won't it?
Wow.
Oh, not the sympathy I was looking for.
And you went, actually, no, I'll just climb through the passenger door.
And I went, no, you're just going to have to bend it back into shape.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, I shall be giving some more money to said panel beater.
Celine's garage really likes her.
Oh, dear.
It's now time for our Shoot It Straight section, myth busting, and this episode's topic is shooting is only for the elite. What do you think about that, Celine?
That is a very interesting topic. And
we
I
are
think
elite.
We are elite, yes.
Are
maybe
Maybe
it
we
means
are.
this, yeah.
People's
No, I
perception,
disagree.
yeah, that only...
I think we do
People
get
with-
that online quite a lot. I do get quite a few toff comments and things.
It's when people say, oh, you don't have a job then.
No.
Is this what you just do all day, every day? Oh, I wish. I wish.
If only.
My dream.
It's an interesting one actually, and I'm just going to jump immediately back 20 years to you being probably about 7.
I wasn't born then.
No, thanks. And I think it was a Countryside Alliance, but I'm sure somebody will write in and correct me and tell me that I'm completely wrong. And they did a questionnaire at the time about what people felt that hunting was it an elitist thing, and therefore was that one of the reasons that people wanted it banned. And when the ban was coming around and there was a big campaign for pro hunting, it was on buses or billboards or various different places. I can't quite remember. We're talking a long time ago now. And they did use people like nurses as well as doctors. And then they would use, say, a school teacher as well as a headmaster to show that it was a full spectrum of people. It was the farmer, but it was also the lady that lunches. Nobody is saying that there are not elite people that shoot. Obviously there are. However, one forgets that actually it's a massively broad spectrum.
It's everybody.
Well, if you think how many guns there are in the country and how many people that participate in field sports, not just shooting, but field sports in general, it's absolutely phenomenal. I mean, I would say most people that live or at least have been born in the countryside would participate in something.
Yeah.
And particularly those that are in the shooting community, you have got such a varied option on shooting. It's not as static as just driven days, just game days. There's obviously stalking, you've got wild fowling, you've got walked up days. I think people sometimes when they're thinking about it just jump straight to that kind of grouse shooting butts, £10,000 days, etc. And actually, because those do gain quite a lot of press, because I think people talk about bag sizes and things all the time.
But there's no press on that little shoot down the road that's just a little walked up shoot where they shoot 20 birds.
Yeah. Or the farmer that just puts down a small pen and he just shoots a few with his friends. Or those ones that are particularly quite common and quite popular in this area where people get together and they have two syndicates, walk one, stand one.
Yeah.
And then, but they're also raising the pheasants and the gamekeeper too.
Yeah.
Yes, you normally have a lead person that's sort of organising everybody. But they often will not even have a specific gamekeeper. Somebody is responsible for Monday and Thursday and someone else Tuesday. And
yeah, so I guess the point is it is open to everyone. You don't have to have loads of money to be able to do it. I don't have loads of money. Do you know what I mean? It's like... I started with my days just doing beaters days.
Yeah, and there are lots of people that do that too.
That's the only time I really shot, but I loved it. You know, you pick it up or you're beating all season, then you were like, yes, I get to do beaters day now, and I absolutely loved it. Best of both worlds there.
And I think a lot of people, when you look at the entire community for shooting, the guns are actually a small section.
Yeah.
Because you've got obviously your gamekeepers and the people that give him a hand or her a hand, dogging in and things. Then you've got your picking up team and your beating team, and those people will still often shoot a little bit elsewhere. Quite a few of those might have a gun license. They might just do, you know, the odd day or beaters day. And some of those will also shoot, for example, at a range.
Yeah.
And they might shoot rifles at a range. They may well not have a permission to go and shoot deer, but they may shoot some rabbits. Or a lot of people will do vermin control for someone.
Yeah.
If you can't afford to have a bigger permission or a game shoot yourself, it doesn't mean that you can't still be involved in the community.
Ratting, rabbiting,
whatever 100%.
It is.
And a lot of people will see a farmer or a gamekeeper and say, you know, I've got a rifle, I've got a license, I'm into my vermin control. Could I maybe come down and control your foxes, for example?
Yeah.
And I think people... they forget that side because they look at the price per bird, but they forget actually there is a massive amount that goes around the outside and huge number of people involved. But even if you're talking driven game days, again, that spectrum is still huge because you've got the walk ones, down one syndicates all the way up to
the massive commercial shoots.
Huge commercial shoots.
Yeah.
But actually the huge commercial shoots are quite a small percentage really.
Yeah.
Of shoots across the country. So I think it's open to everyone. Probably the biggest block is not your class. It's just how to start talking to somebody to get a foot in the door.
Yeah.
But Facebook has exploded.
I've always said this to people, you've just got to get yourself out there. Like you say, join Facebook groups, go on these country groups, beaters and pickers up and whatever it is, and just say, looking to get into it, this is where I'm based. Does anyone want a hand?
Can I come along and give you a hand? Exactly.
Or can I come and shadow someone deer stalking? Not expecting to shoot, but would just really love to come. You know, there's so many ways in the back door to...
And it helps you build up your knowledge so that when you then do get to do it, you
actually know a little bit about it before you get there.
Our last section of this podcast is our confessions and questions. And we're starting with a question. Somebody asked us, what or who is the hardest dog that you have had to train and why? So do you want to go first?
I don't even need to think about it.
Go on, fire away.
Fawn, my red Labrador.
Okay.
She is just another level. I've come to the conclusion it's the red in them. I've had yellow Labradors, I've had black Labradors. Never had an issue. Get yourself a red Labrador and buckle up and be prepared because they are like a sprocker on drugs.
They do say that those darker yellow ones are a bit, but also
Not a bit, a lot.
I think some people have bred for colour and not temperament. I know that's not the case in your situation because we know who bred her. But some of them definitely have that. But they do
either that
seem
or
to
she
be
had a knock
quite
to the head.
goey.
I would go far as saying she's got ADHD. She's on the spectrum. And she's very lucky that she hunts very well. Otherwise, she'd be going to a pet home in the city. She literally makes my hair fall out. She's very intelligent, but there's no common sense.
Right, yes.
So hunting-wise, out in the field, I mean, you've seen her.
Yeah.
For a Labrador, there's nothing that dog won't go through. Like, she is my dog that I need.
And those are really good dogs to have.
Yeah. Without her, I'm a little bit lost. But day-to-day basic stuff, we just can't grasp. I mean, she's 4. The ship has sailed, and it's not for lack of trying. Every time I open the kennel, she barges past me and then goes, oh, I shouldn't have done that, should I? And if I go to the car now, I have to put her on a lead to go to the car, because what will happen is, if I've not opened the boot of the car, she will come out of the back garden, run up to the boot, hit the windscreen, slide down the back and look at me and go, oh, why is it not open? I don't get it. And just looks at me really confused. Just the zero common sense there.
But to be fair, with it does come a massive desire to please.
Oh my God, that dog's in my face 24 hours a day.
But I do feel like sometimes when they're like that, the more they want to please you, the more frustrated you get.
Yeah.
The more they go, oh my gosh, I haven't done it very well. I'll try harder. Otter is like that. I'll try harder. I'm so sorry. I don't think we've clicked here. Let me try again. But they're trying again, but the same thing, only more.
Yeah.
And it's like, yes, that's great. And I appreciate you trying again, but I don't want you to try that again. I want you to do something different.
I also can't tell her off because a telling off doesn't register in her brain. She just thinks it's great fun.
Oh my gosh, this is
I can do my angry voice and she's like, oh my God, this is so fun. I love you. And I'm like, no, I'm really angry. And she's like, so what are we doing now? And I'm just not getting it, are we? And I'm just like, I just won't give up.
Oh, wow. Well,
who is yours?
Otter.
Oh, okay.
And for the same reasons. I think
similar colour.
I think similar colour, similar mental view of life. She's so happy though, but she is quite full on. Mm-hmm. I think, yeah, from that point of view, she's quite difficult. But, well, I don't know, because then I think, who is my hardest to train? Because Otter is not quite like Fawn when it comes to things like the back of the car. She's very, very quick to pick things up. She's just full on. But actually, maybe if I think about it, Willow.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because Willow basically says, I don't like dummies. I don't like repeating this stuff. I have no interest in this. I will just sit here and look at you.
Yeah.
And if you ask me to go and pick that up, I will walk at snail's pace and I will pick it up or consider picking it up. And then I will walk back to you. I will sit down and I will look at you with the look of, don't you dare do that to me again. And I just feel a bit like...
But she's fantastic on a shoot day.
She's honestly, that dog.
Yeah.
I was actually editing a video today and I sent her on a runner and she just runs. Just once she's locked on, she's gone. Yeah. And she's gone through the hedge. She's gone out the other side and she's still going. Yeah. And she's so fast and she's so keen. But she has no desire. A dummy launcher, I can get something out of her. Mm-hmm. We can achieve quite well on a dummy launcher for probably the first 3 to 4 dummies before she turns around and goes, yeah, no, it's getting boring now.
I had a dog like that, actually, and it's really hard because how do you train the dog? But you know they're really good out pheasant shooting, but when it comes to dummies, they just have no interest.
My problem with her in that training sense is I can send her straight on like runners and things, and she's fantastic at sweeping, and I can stop her, but I cannot send her for things like left and right. Because I can't train her for it because she won't have any of it.
And I think people will say, why don't you try game? But they know the difference. It's cold game. They're not interested.
No, she's not interested. And I've tried doing it with food bowls as well. But she just seems to go into the mode where she'll sit there. Her ears are down by her side. She's got a proper dobby expression. And it's the expression of, I don't like repeating things. I am not interested. I just want to do the real thing.
Yeah.
And it's quite difficult to...
Yeah.
But I don't need to coax things out of her because when I get on the real day...
She's so good.
I don't need her further forward. So it's not like it's a coaxing issue.
It's just something you've had to work around.
I just
and
have
hope
to
for the
kind of,
best.
it's adapting to the dog, isn't it, at the end of
Yeah.
the day? I've adapted to her.
Maybe we'll just have to do training at the shoot on a shoot day. That's going to be...
I'm like, I'm sorry.
We're not here to
people
pick up today. We're
can't
just...
pick up today. I'm just training my dog.
Yeah, it's going to be the only way.
I have a confession from somebody.
Is it a juicy one?
Well, I think so. They wrote into you, but I managed to steal it from you before you truly read it. We had an agreement that we would steal each other's.
I tried not to read them in too much detail so it didn't spoil it.
No. My dog shot me with a pellet gun in the leg a few years ago. I had the gun set up for 0 on the field. I went to set the target, forgetting that I'd chambered a pellet on my way to the field because there was a pesky squirrel that had been evading my truck for weeks. Anyway, thinking that I'd set the safety, I set the target and walked back up to my border collie, who rolled over for a stretch and managed to put his claw straight on the trigger. Whack! Straight in the thigh. JSB Hades 2-2. Fac at about 5 metres. Well, I'll be honest, I thought it had missed. I didn't feel the impact until a big red patch appeared on my leg. Off I went to the emergency room. And there I pondered what I could say. Well, being a man who believes in our Lord, I thought honesty was the best. Needless to say, 5 nurses all came in to have a good laugh at the lad who'd been shot by his dog. I was told they normally have to inform the police of a situation like this. But seeing as though Ghost, my collie, was really sorry, they said it would be an accident and left it at that. 7 hours later, golly, I left the hospital with Ghost, although the nurses kept calling him Trigger. I had a very sore ego and a pellet still in my leg. Gosh, I wonder if they ever took that out. Thank God it wasn't a centre fire. And although I don't take dogs with me because they're scared of the noise. Oh, yeah, I have a dog that's scared of the centre fire noise. Moral of the story, always have the safety on. Don't chamber around if you're going down the range with a border collie because they're fucking brilliant shots. And yes, I am an idiot for having it loaded. Needless to say, it was a valuable lesson. Wow, can you imagine?
Up though, sure, that's mental, isn't it?
Yeah, but if he laid it and it was on like a little bipod and then he just put it down there, I could see how that could easily be done.
It's
not something I would ever have thought about, to be fair.
That's just out there, isn't it?
But I don't think
imagine being down the pub and be like, all right, mate, and they're like, oh yeah, my dog shot me this week. Like, no one's ever going to believe you, are they?
I want to know if they took the pellet out. I bet they must have done.
I don't know.
Would you leave it in there? People have shrapnel in them.
Yeah, people do get stuff left.
Maybe you need to write back in and tell us.
Works. It's like, doesn't the body heal and it works its way out, maybe?
I don't know, because one of my children's got a splinter in their leg that they've had in their leg for 10 years.
Oh.
They can't get it out, but you can see it.
But he'd go off in a metal detector, wouldn't he, every time we went to the airport?
No, because I've got massive metal in my leg.
Oh, I was going to say. He might get done for smuggling ammunition across the border.
Maybe we need to, maybe you shouldn't be anonymous. What's your name? We'll dob you in. If you have got any very good confessions, then you need to send them to us because we absolutely love this
Juicier
section.
the better.
The juicier the better. Please send them to us. Please send us anything. We absolutely love a good poo story too, don't we? We really
Literally,
do.
nothing is too much for this
Nothing
podcast.
is too much for this podcast.
We won't judge you. We will just laugh.
Well, no, we'll try not to judge you.
No, we won't judge.
We won't judge. We don't
listen
judge.
and we don't
We listen
judge.
and we don't judge. Get them over to us.
Get them in and see if you're going to feature on the podcast. See if you made the grade.
Did you make the grade?
Ooh.
Thank you very much for listening, and we will see you all soon.
Goodbye.